Chuba Hubbard's expected to start the season as the lead back for at least the first 4 games of the season. You barely have to spend a whole lot of draft capital to get him. He probably won't start for you, but he has a chance. He has as good a chance as anybody in that backfield to get off to a good start. And last year, Chuba was actually pretty solid, especially toward the end of the season. Finished just outside of being an RB2 on the season last year. But, I mean, in half PPR scoring, from like week 11 on, 18 half PPR fantasy points, 22, 10, 11, 11, 9, 10. He was a steady contributor for you. If you made the fantasy playoffs and flexed Chuba, you probably were perfectly fine with the results. They weren't week-winning performances, but they didn't, he didn't bust either. I always like trying to find guys that could potentially get off to a good start and build some good momentum going into the season, because if it doesn't work out for Chuba, then you spent a 13th round pick on a guy who started at running back for the first month of the season. There are worse risks to take. So at his cost especially, perfectly fine taking a shot on Chuba. He could be a nice pot sweetener in a trade where maybe you send him and another player and try to upgrade either at running back or wide receiver. He could be a nice pot sweetener, or he could just be good running back depth for the season. Especially if Jonathan Brooks isn't able to get right at any point during his rookie campaign, which I guess is possible, but the vibe seems to be that he will play eventually. They drafted him in the 2nd round, after all. Of course, again, the Panthers are not expected to be good. Brooks plays the volatile running back position. He's coming off the torn ACL. Do they shut him down, in week 14, 15 or so, when in all likelihood they're out of the playoff race? That is a concern. That is definitely a concern with Jonathan Brooks. And again, he's not going to play the first 4 weeks of the season. He's on the PUP list. He is ineligible to play at least until week 5. But they drafted him in the 2nd round. The Panthers did. Brooks was the first running back off the board this year. They clearly believed he was the best. Even with the torn ACL, they clearly believed he was the best prospect. We know how the running back position is. You don't wait on the running back position. You throw it out there as soon as you can. They need to see what they have in Brooks. The threat remains that he may get shut down late in the season when the Panthers are out of the playoffs, which is in all likelihood what's going to happen at some point. But the chance remains for Brooks to get in there in the meat of the season, say week 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, in that range, where it's possible he plays and takes over as the lead back for Carolina. He's going to have RB2 potential as a guy that you can draft 90 picks into a draft. He's a more talented prospect than Chuba Hubbard. The Miles Sanders experiment has gone horrendously for Carolina at this point. The vision is clear. It's that Jonathan Brooks is their running back of the future. And if he's healthy, again, a clean ACL is an easier injury to come back from, say, as if he, tore his LCL, MCL, all that. That's not the case. 90 picks into a draft. This might be a situation where I do also want to grab Chuba Hubbard, but I'm willing to bank on the optimism and the upside of Jonathan Brooks, even if it is for just like a 6-week stretch from, say, weeks 7 to 12 or weeks 7 to 13. And then maybe I'm painting a picture that might not even come to fruition. Maybe he gets shut down by Carolina late in the season if they've only got a couple of wins and they're out of it and they don't want to risk further injury to their running back. But if he's ready to play this year, say by week 6, I think they're going to put him out there. They drafted him in the 2nd round. You got to put him out there and see what you have. So I'm cautiously optimistic on Jonathan Brooks. This is a rare scenario where the injured guy has an ADP higher than the healthy guy, where I'm okay with both of them.